Next on Worcester News Tonight, Vanessa Marcotte laid to rest today as authorities interview a man who says he's under investigation in connection with the case. Plus, swimming safety. A few drowning incidents have instructors reminding people about how to avoid disaster in the water. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. We'll have a look at how Vanessa Marcotte is being remembered by loved ones in just a minute. But we start with the investigation and a man who says he's been questioned in connection with Marcotte's death and claims he was tested for DNA. NBCN's Caroline Connolly spoke with him and has his story.
One day after Vanessa Marcotte was killed, an area resident says detectives began to zero in on him.
I didn't even know there was a murder by that point.
He asked we not show his face, but was willing to share his story, which started last Monday when he says his brother reported him missing to police when he skipped work for the day. Because Marcotte had died the day before, investigators were suspicious.
Being the fact that I live close to the area, you know, they assume their first lead and they go to that first lead.
Police would not say today if this man is a lead or a person of interest, but he tells us they questioned him and took a swab of his DNA over the weekend.
I consented because, you know, I got nothing to hide, nothing, even a thought. And they swabbed me and said, all right, you're all set. Asked me a few questions, asked where I went to school.
They also asked where he was Sunday, the day Marcotte was murdered. He tells us he was home alone.
I explained to them exactly what I was doing. I was resting in my house, watching TV, and I heard the calls. I heard the two missing calls come in.
He's talking there about the automated calls that went out when Marcotte first went missing.
Did you know Vanessa at all?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
While he claims to have no connection to Marcotte, he says police are still treating him as though he's connected to her case. Now, this man we spoke with says he has not heard from investigators since they took his DNA on Saturday, but he fully expects they will clear him soon.
That was Caroline Connolly reporting. Now, while the investigation continues, hundreds gathered in Leominster today for Vanessa Marcotte's funeral. Our Brittany Schaefer spoke to those in attendance who said today was about celebrating Marcotte's life.
Absolutely beautiful ceremony.
Hundreds gather at Our Lady of the Lake in Leominster Tuesday for Vanessa Marcotte's funeral.
Nothing about evil or hatred, all about love and, you know, the impact that every day of the week, every minute she sort of shared love, and that was really the hallmark of her life.
Moral support, just to show that we're behind them. You know, it's a lonely place when you've lost someone as it is. I can't imagine what they're going through.
The 27-year-old's family, friends, classmates, and co-workers were in attendance to celebrate the love they say Marcotte showed to all.
Could be something going on really bad, and she turned all around and make it a good thing. So
He became very close to the family, you know. So this is hitting him hard.
Leominster Mayor Dean Mazzarella says during the funeral, family and friends spoke of Marcotte's positivity in life.
the person that didn't have a evil piece of energy in her, and how she turned everything around with her personality and her love of life.
The murder investigation is now in its second week, and so too is the grieving process of those who knew and loved her.
God bless them. I hope they get through this with the least amount of pain, but I know that's not going to happen.
It's heart-wrenching because I don't understand it. That's the only thing I can say. I don't understand it.
I know they're doing a great job. I know they're absolutely committed to the case, and I have 100% faith in the work that they've done.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
The victim of a drowning in Worcester last week has been identified as 49-year-old Joy Jamilowski. Dive crews found her body in Coves Pond around 9 on Friday morning. She had been reported missing the previous day. Police say the drowning appears to be accidental. An autopsy will be performed to determine cause of death. Well, last week's drowning reinforcing the importance of swimming lessons and safety while in the water. Pilot program at a Worcester YMCA recently taught children how to be safe around beaches and pools this summer. They're learning to swim for the first time.
Her confidence has really improved, and she's now comfortable in the water.
Esther Karanja's 6-year-old daughter, Abigail Mina, is one of 3 in this group taking lessons at the YMCA.
She's now learning how to float. She's worked on her kicking and she's really comfortable in the water.
Being comfortable in the water is key to being safe. Drowning is the second leading cause of death for kids between 5 and 14, but it can happen to anyone at any age.
If they jump in, they swim out a little bit, we want to make sure they know how to roll on to their back. Absolutely. Take a little break, roll back onto their belly, and swim back over to the wall safely.
Fatigue is one factor to look out for when in the water. The Greendale YMCA's Katie Dupont also urges parents not to leave their children unsupervised while swimming and to know CPR. Knowing how to swim and being safe in the water is also key to enjoying the summer months outdoors.
They're really liking it. They look forward to Tuesdays and Thursdays to come and swim.
The pilot program about safety around the water took place over 4 weeks at the Y earlier this summer, included several community groups. The Greendale Y was one of 10 in the country to provide the program on water safety. The town of Westborough is finalizing plans for a 9/11 memorial at the Westborough Fire Station. Now, this is where the proposed memorial would be set up in Westborough. The town is seeking proposals for construction of the memorial until the end of the month. Bid documents are available through the town manager. Westborough residents Linda George and Robin Kaplan were among those killed in the terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. Worcester police arrest a man wanted in a 2015 shooting, finding him in Clinton. Clinton police, along with U.S. Marshals and Worcester police, took 28-year-old Juan Rohina into custody earlier today. Harrison Street, which you see here, is Rohina's last known address in Worcester. The warrants outstanding against him from the shooting on Oriole Drive include armed assault to murder, firearm use, and carrying a loaded firearm. A tractor-trailer stuck under a bridge in Worcester caused some traffic delays earlier today. The 18-wheeler got stuck under the Webster Street Bridge around noon. Traffic had to be rerouted as crews worked to remove the truck that was stuck. This is the 4th time this week a truck has gotten stuck under a bridge in the city. Crews say construction throughout the city could be to blame for the incident. No injuries were reported. Many kids dream about having a treehouse, and for kids who are battling cancer and staying at Sherry's house, that dream came true. Our Rosalind Flaherty reports.
A new addition at Why Me and Sherry's house allows children with cancer a chance to be kids.
Pediatric cancer robs you of your childhood, and everything we do is about trying to give kids a little bit of their childhood back that's been taken from them. And who doesn't love a treehouse?
The reality TV series Treehouse guys built the treehouse in a 100-year-old red oak tree. The process took a year and a half. David Hagan is the executive director of Why Me and Sherry's house. He thought of the idea while watching the show with his twin boys.
One of my twins said, we should get these guys to come to Sherry's house. I thought it would be a really fantastic addition to the house for the kids.
The one-room treehouse has a swing, table for games, and lookout holes. It is specially built because the tree is in a flood zone.
We diagonally brace to the tree. We don't touch the ground, and the ramp is unsupported. So that's how we were able to build a treehouse in a flood zone.
Funding for the treehouse came from donations and grants. It is a place already popular with kids like 12-year-old Kaya Providence.
There's blue light that shines on it. It's really cool. So when it snows, it kind of looks like Winter Wonderland.
Rosalind Flaherty,